Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this homemade wood piece squat rack step by step.
Alright, before you can start building your squat rack, you're going to have to know what you need in order to start building. So I've made a list of what you will need in order to build the squat rack that I'm showing you how to make. So you're going to need 4 pieces of 6 feet 6 inches boards. Then you're also going to need 4 pieces of 3 feet 0 inches boards, and then you're going to need 3 pieces of 3 feet 0.5 inches boards, and then you're also gonna need some scrap wood after that to make your hinges for your barbell that you're gonna be putting onto the squat rack. And then you're also going to be needing some scrap wood to make your box more stable, so it won't waddle and everything. So you will also need screws, screwdriver or drill, handsaw or miter saw. I use a miter saw. Handsaw can be used, but it's a pain in the ass to work because it'll take a long time. But if you don't have a miter saw, that's all good. You can do this with a handsaw as well. You're also going to need drill bits for this. Alright, I'm going to be cutting the first piece of wood just to show you guys how to do it. But yeah, I've marked it out where I want to cut it. I've lined it up, and all we got to do is just press the button and then cut it. Safety glasses. There is a thing that I suggest you guys do in order to make your life a lot easier during the process of building the squat rack. And what I did to build the squat rack is I measured each piece out and then I cut it, so I don't have to keep going back and forth and cutting and it just saves a lot of time. So yeah, after you do that, you will pre-drill the holes. And the reason why you pre-drill your holes is because you don't want the wood to split at the ends when you're screwing the screws in. So I will show you a video here of how to pre-drill your holes. Back to it. I'm going to be drilling, so I pre-drilled them right there. I'm going to be drilling into the side here, so I'll just use those as a guide mark. Right there to drill the rest in. After you've pre-drilled all your holes and you've cut out all the wood that you need, so it's easier, you can start screwing the screws in and piecing stuff together, and we will start piecing the base together right now. So here we go. There's both of our side pieces done. Once again, this vertical piece is 6 feet 6 inches, and then the top part is like 3 feet, and same with the bottom. So now that we screwed those in, it's kind of wobbly. I didn't expect it to be like that, should have, but that's all good. We have more wood, so we're gonna make it more stable by adding a piece like this to it. So just for a visual perspective there, it's going to be looking like that. So we have our wood right here, right? We've already measured out what we want to cut off, and we have it at a 45-degree angle, and then you can just twist this and rotate it however you want, but we want it at a 45-degree angle, and then yeah, and then I'll show you what it looks like after. So glasses on, of course. Perfect. Sawing off the parts for these, but what I just did to connect these to here was I went over here and I pre-drilled the holes of where the connection part was going to be, and then after I did that, I did that on the top too up here, and then I just connected them. I screwed them in. And then after I finished with the sides, we have some little boards here to hold like 2 sides together. So once again, I just pre-drilled the holes as to where I wanted the screws to be, and then I just drilled it in and to hold it. So this is basically the base and the foundation of the squat rack right now. So all right, so after you finish making the base and you piece all the wood together, you can start making the rack itself for the barbell. There's a couple things that you could do. There's different methods to make different racks. There's nothing wrong with any of them. I just made mine this way. You're free to make it a different method, that's fine, but I'll still show you how to make the rack I did. And the length part doesn't really matter. Some people like it shorter for aesthetics, but I chose 9 inches. There's nothing specific about it. That's just the length I chose. And it also depends on, I guess, it depends on your height or where you want the racks to be, whether you're taller or shorter. But I made each piece 9 inches, which you'll see here in a bit. The same rules apply. You're still gonna have to measure it out. You're still gonna have to cut it and everything. You're also still gonna have to pre-drill the holes where you want to drill your screws into. And yeah.
Cats.
As you saw right there, that is one of the racks, and then you're gonna want to make that on the other side as well. I made it so it's just below my shoulders right here, so I can go down, get in a good squat, pick it up on my back, and then go back and then do my squats. That's just going to be depending on how tall you are, on where the squat racks are going to be. Obviously, if you're shorter, you're going to want the racks to be a little bit down more. But yeah, that's how I measured it to where the squat racks are going to be on the sides. Just below your shoulders is perfect. Alright, we tested it out as you saw there. It works really good. I'm happy with the product I made. I'm probably going to be adding another set of racks on the bottom for benching, so I can use this for a multi-purpose tool. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I'm not, for the purpose of this video, it's a squat rack only video, but you can also make it as a bench now that you know how to make more racks.
These are optional right here. These are just 6-inch bolts that I screwed right all the way through the back here. I added these because some of my friends lift pretty heavy, and I didn't know if these 4 screws right here and the additional screws from this one will hold all the weight. So I just took a safety precaution. I went to Home Depot to get 6-inch bolts, and it's pretty easy to install. All you want to do, it's the same process as screwing like the screws in. It's just with a bigger drill bit. So you're gonna pre-drill a big hole through here, all the way going through the back, and it's the same thing. Then we put this bolt through, and then we have a washer and a stopper right here to hold in place, and it's really nice and tight and snug there. So it holds in place, and that's just another safety precaution to hold all the weight, and we did that for each of the racks.